I knew what I said when he was there 6 months ago.
Love you to see you. Happy birthday.
One of the nurses had to get here, so.
You're right. No, you're right. Just pretend I'm not here.
Otherwise going through Burpin, Gary, about the house. Yeah. No, but again, 30 million a day, meeting people. Mark Murphy and Vicky Murphy. Made them on from Muggadai.
Ouch. Gotcha. Good old Aussie barbecue. Hello, sir.
Hi, Bob.
Give her a cuddle. Give her a big cuddle.
Over here.
I'll get a picture. Hang on. I'll get a picture. Here's a nice
I'm not on the microphone for my own joy or pleasure. I've got someone else on the telephone here which has penned a poem for our not guest, but for the honourable man of the evening, Alfred Leslie Glass. So if you just persevere with me for a little while I just try and conquer the technology. Now when I press this button you're gone, you can't hear me and you're now live with everyone here. 1, 2, 3, Lance Glass live from the house, everybody.
Hey, Alfie, my mate, my bro. I want to remind you of a thing or two, mate. You remember that satellite phone that I paid $3,000 for that you had to go down the county? Yes. And you were going to pay me back with some shares? They were worth $2 and there was 400 of them. That equals about $800 for a 3,000 fat sat phone. Can you hear me all right, you lot? Yeah. You were supposed to give me the phone when you were finished with it. You sold it to me boy for $1,000. I transferred the shares to him to pay a bill. The shares were at $5, so he got $2,000 for the shares.
Don't believe one word of this shit.
Right?
Don't believe one word of it.
Less the $1,000 you got for the phone when you sold it to him. That's exactly what I paid for it, $3 grand. You talk about loser. Thanks, old mate. Yeah, you taught me a lot of things, mate. I was just thinking, how many Sheilas I broke in for you? My first wife, too, said she couldn't resist when you locked me out of a motel room all night. I hope you remember that, too, mate, me old mate, Alfie. There was a few other Sheilas, too, just to mention Diane P., Mary Q, Janice F, Tessie G, Mary D. I could go on all night. But I'm paying for this phone call, mate. I looked up and I was sitting on Cookville the other day when I went down to Bathurst races. Hadn't seen her for 49 years. The first thing she said was, how's your brother Alfie? Thanks, bro. I didn't know you went there. I didn't think you'd backdoor me there, mate. Mate. I can't carry in Australia for nothing. Nothing. And all you could do, as I remember, is you bitched about paying $11 for a can of Jolly Walker and Coke. The only reason you love the canning stock route is because there wasn't a pub for 10 or 12 days. Eh? Good on you, mate. Good mate, Alfie. Real pup, mate. Oh, I'm really pissed off not being there. I can smell the pork crackling from here. If Mimi was still alive, she would have dragged me down there no matter what condition. She loved you, bro, but you never got the chance to backdoor me there. She was class, mate. She wouldn't put up with an arsehole like you. The other one I remember was when I shouted you a trip to the Doncaster in Sydney.
Don't go there.
Big time. $400 went missing out of my wallet. Somebody said there was 2 big Russian sailors with a smile on their face. Good luck, mate. Educated our kids a bit that time too. On the way back home, I remember you adamantly, what you said. On tour, whatever happens, stays there. What happens on tour stays there. I said, I hope you remember that, mate. I got you back to Mungandai about 10:15 a.m. The pub was just open. When you shut up 2 hours later, the whole of Mungandai had been given the finest details of that trip. Good one, brother.
Why, you?
Love you, mate. Have a big night. This is from your little brother Lance. Bye.
Don't applaud heaps of shit like that.
It's all lies now.
No, don't get me telling the truth about it all. You won't believe me then.
Well, the sun's gonna shine in like once more. Let's go and live here again. Things gonna be the way they were before. Let's go and live here again. Let's go and live here. Let's go and live here. Let's go and live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Let's go and live here again. There'll be bells ringing, there'll be songs singing. Let's go and live here again. There'll be bees humming and the moonlit days come. Let's go and live here again. Let's go and live here. Let's go and live here. Let's go and live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Let's go and live here again. Let's go and live here again. Oh, love's gonna live here regularly. I didn't know I was singing dance to it. Bit of Elvis Presley music this one. Here we go. Well, that's my son, it's wrong. I'll meet you like a man on a fuzzy tree. I ran sail like you, like a bug in love. I'm all shook up, yeah. My arms are shaking and the knees are low. Can't see the down on my own 2 feet. You know I think about the luck I've got on your love. I'm all shook up, yeah. Please don't ask what's on my mind. early fall. I'm so glad she's my buttercup, my baby love. Come on, shoot up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, let me be love and change, pull the chain round my neck, leave me, let me be your chain. Don't mind even time, time is playing true. I don't want to be the line, lines ain't kind you right now. But you want to be around these better nights, around your fingers on my head, cuddle up in time and let me be. Shady. Place to dwell is down the end of lonely street. I'll let the children well. I'll be so lonely, I'll be so lonely, I'll be so lonely. All the songs crying, the city finds some room. A broken hearted lovers to cry in the blue well. I'll be so lonely, baby, I'll be so lonely. So my boy's crying, the dancers dressed in black. He's been so long on the street, it'll be coming up like a wind. I've been so lonely, baby, I've been so lonely, I've been so lonely. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, round the town. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, round the town. So the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks, can he take you home all alone? Kisses I didn't know. I'm gone, boy, and it's taking you home, and it's only gonna be. So now, say the last dance for me. Oh, while the music's fine, like sparkling wine, we're gonna have good fun. Dance and sing. Don't give your love to anyone. Cause on board, yeah, it's taking you home, and then it's how it's gonna be. So down, say the last dance for me. Don't you know that I love you so? Can't you feel, let me tell you? Don't you know that I need you so? All I love you so much. Oh, don't board, yeah, it's taking you home, and it's how it's gonna be. So down, say the last dance for me. Oh, down, say the last dance for me. Yeah, 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 darling, say the last dance for me. Oh, cha-cha-cha.
I'd like you all to welcome Australia's latest and favourite octogenarian, Alfred Leslie Glass.
The Australian of the Year? The Australian of the Year?
Why not? Yeah, today, yes.
Yeah. This is going to be good.
Real close to the mic. Alf.
You couldn't replace it.
Well, I just bore you for bloody about 5 minutes.
Quiet! Quiet!
It's a bit hard to follow my brother Lance, who's taking bloody lives. I just wrote this about myself. The truth.
More life!
Came into the world.
Quiet!
Wait. You want to sit up?
I can't see any lights here.
We're going to hear much here.
I can't see it all, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay, I'm on it.
Take a seat.
Came into this world in 35. Extremely lucky to survive. Fourth in a family, all were boys. Made our own fun, we didn't have toys. In the hospital, I was roaring, being circumcised by Dr. Warren. Why did they let this prick interfere with the perfect dick? Had whooping cough and diarrhoea, chicken pox and diphtheria, measles, mumps and broken bones, and the saddle pummel squashed me stones. Went to the hostel in Mungandai, got flogged a lot, I don't know why. We knew the stick that she was breaking was for flogging chisels, me or Jenkins. Always hungry, never enough. Old Jackie Cheers was bloody tough, she was a boss of hostel. After 6 long years of this, any change would be bliss. Back home, they sowed more seed. The oldies now had 10 to feed. At Christmas they didn't upset me. I wanted to watch, so the old man let me.
Well said.
Remember the war years, they were bad. Awesome carpet, all we had. Tyres and fuel were hard to get, and the old Chev car just had to sit. Water was scarce, we used one tub, worked our way up starting from bub. On winter nights we nearly froze, only wore hand-me-down clothes. My daddy always did his best, he sent me away to pass the test. Had 3 years in the mountains for schooling, never learned much, was always filming. Took a job with old Jim Hill, cows to milk and sheep to kill. Oh, look up there, mate. Saw the dust turn into mud along the moon in a 50 flood. Went to visit Ken and Bob, carting week was just a job. Stripping oats was manual comb, bloody pleased to get back home. Back in the saddle for 3 years, chasing sheep with dipping shears. Seemed to have a change of luck, caught in the station truck. Tried hard to keep from strife, in 55 I took a wife. She left me for another man, my mother then raised me daughter Jan. Drank and gambled in clubs and bars, out all night and smashed up cars. Drove a taxi for 8 years, changed me women like changing gears. Ran a taxi from the local club, me and my mate Abe ran the football club, there's Abe, he's here. Didn't have much claim to fame. We dropped Earl Harrison from our local game. He played 9 tests for Australia after that. Subject to a jealous prank, some bastard put sugar in my petrol tank. But the taxi days were lots of fun, and I cut out fares with more than one. Remember one that left me cranky? I short-changed her with a not an hanky. Cutting our fare in her cot. For 76 you want a lot. Looking for a change in life and I fell in love with another man's wife. Wouldn't change those years for quids. Me and Jan and 2 more kids. Cooked for the shears and pressed the wool. There's my old scales over there in the corner. Had the taxi life was full. Fenced along the Gilgil Creek. Found time for golf once a week. With Peter Norley, building fences, stockyards, phone lines too. Mung and I wear our pocket a room. With Fergie tractor and steel chainsaw, 100 miles a year and sometimes more. Amos, Longworth, work like a horse, houses and Murphys in a watercourse. Carton wire, carton poles, over logs and drop down holes. Lance said, Alfie, before your health fails you, come with me around Australia. Where was it he nearly pegged out? It was on the Anbadell or the Canning Stock Route. Settled down on the coast. Settled down on the coast.
Lance has been there, Al.
Find it. Oh, we get it by the mist. Now, what about the grandkids I heard Tracy try? Well, there's Bridie, Jazzy and the Sailor Boy Guy. Once was toothache, earache and tonsillitis, now it's gout and piles and arthritis. It wasn't easy, always tough. Now I'm 80, that should be enough. Right. And like I said, this is more like the weight than my birthday. Still kids. Nobody got a toilet.
I think we'll get Alf. I think we'll get Lance to do that one.
Oh.
The weight.
Oh, the toilet.
The weight.
How many steps from Christmas? It seems so far away. When I was young and anxious and I counted by every day. Time seemed to pass so slowly, couldn't wait to become a teen. Ignorant of where I was going, hadn't achieved much where I'd been. I did nothing wrong in my book, always lived by the truth. My parents were there to guide me, as a child and then as a youth. Then leaving my teen years behind, wasted money on gambling and bars. Many nights I partied till daybreak, many nights been foolish in cars. Then the night about 3 in the morning, never thought it would happen to me. Scarred for life in an accident, and I was not quite 23. I suppose I would do it all different, if I had life over again. But no point to now start dreaming, put up with a lifetime of pain. A good woman can make all the difference, and I was lucky in this regard. So raising our little family wasn't easy, but wasn't too hard. Hard work in the bush every day, that's how my life would be. My workmates were many and varied, and some of them special to me. I thank God for the friendships I've made, in work and also in play. Thank God for those still with us, and God bless all those passed away. I knew men who fought for this country, and some who didn't return. Are we doing our best for their effort? It was the reason, my friends, for concern. In our journey through life, we meet many, but the one I admire the most is a man who, without hesitation, takes the big end of the log or the post. I sometimes reflect on romances, whole young and ones in between. There's one still dear in my heart, and she was in only 16. Then the time comes to look to retirement. We somehow think that's so great. Well, I found that destination a folly, so continue the journeys, old mate. Never kicked a man when he's down, a king hit never came from me. I've nothing to hide in the closet, I've lived my life openly. So when the time comes for passing, and there's nothing more sure, my friend, I'll only be judged by the Maker, but I'll hold my head high until then. Thank you very much.
Hey!
Night together. A night like this is not successful until people like you come along. The friends that he's made over the years since birth, people who've travelled great distances, young and old, people he's just met, we even have people from overseas who've just met. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful to see my dad call people who are my age and younger his mates and his friends. I think a lot of people get stayed in this day and age and don't see things from a younger perspective, and I think he does that. I think there's just no age barrier with Dad at all, and that's probably why he's still living to 80, and as somebody said, he's still got all his marbles. So thank you everybody from coming, no matter how far afield. And we'll get you a cupcake.
Before you cut the cake, darling, all the time you can stay, you can't see overnight. So you can see your cake, I bought you a pair of good night glasses. Yellow lenses so you can see.
Well, I am the yodel and blowfly.
Looks like Elvis.
I come to the call of the sheep band when there is work to be done. Here we are.
Did you say good night to your night glasses?
Hey, I don't know. Listen a bit out of here.
Don't cut yourself with a knife, yeah?
He's going to burn himself on the bloody cake.
You can't see shit.
You'll be able to drive home with them. See, they've got the yellow lenses.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alfie. Happy birthday to